are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today it's week 3 and we've got a good one in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Houston Texans. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25.
Hold it ready. Alert! Alert!
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Looking to throw. Matthews. And a quick throw here. That's complete. They get a good chunk of that penalty yardage back. A gain of 15. Second down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they got it done.
And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
But they certainly came out firing in this one. And while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 3rd and 2, Matthews. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The Texans hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw on 2nd down, Matthews. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2. And
the pressure gets to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. The Texans send the punter out. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Titan football. First and 10 now. Willis and the Titans at the 39-yard line. On the ground with Hill to begin the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Texans, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Hill one more time. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. He finds his man, complete. That's Gregory. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 2nd and 7, Willis. They set up the screen to Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
3rd down, it's Willis. Over the middle, complete. It's Fields. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Here's Willis now off the play fake.
And it's a Titans touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Titans are on the board first here this afternoon.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll roll him out right.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Titans are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Willis will look to throw on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Matthews. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Titans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
1st and 10 now. Willis and the Titans.
Right at the 50-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Texans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Zerline good with a PAT. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd down, here's an option right. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Drop 60, drop 60. 79 Broncos. 19 tight, 19 tight.
Now Willis on third down.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And the Texans will take over.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defense.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in this second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception, tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
A give up the gut to Hill. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 2nd and 13.
Willis.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third.
They go play action with Willis.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ramirez. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up 2nd down and a bit farther.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Willis on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Jeremy Ruckert from 3 yards out. And the Titans have taken the lead.
The point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
He finds his man, complete. It's Dean. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Jonah Jackson, former 3rd-round pick, the guilty party.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Zerline's kick is up and through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. But they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Second down at 5.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. It's Hill, complete. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Willis with it on 3rd and 1.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Last play of the half. Here's Willis.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Willis with another keeper.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
On 2nd and 9. Willis. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Willis looks to pass it here. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way to creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Rashawn Gary, the man to bring him down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Matthews. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, Matthews. A quick throw, but incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be dropped just shy of the 35 at the 34. A pickup of 17 on a play that originated at the 17. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Back to throw again. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Texans have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. Here's Thomas. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. He finds his man, complete. It's Fields. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Willis. Over the middle, complete. It's Gregory. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Willis, 4th down, has to have it. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he is going to pick up the Titans' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
To the air on first down, here's Willis.
He finds his man, complete. That's Ramirez.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
On the counter, it's Hill. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Hill again on 2nd down.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. The Titans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
To throw, here's Willis.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Titans answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
Point after, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And to the 22-yard line.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Looking to throw. Matthews. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle they go. Sinclair.
And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Throwing on first down. Matthews. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. The keeper there good for about 9, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and inches. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a pickup of 6.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Going again on the ground here with Hill. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. On 3rd down, it's Hill fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop. and that's going to require some work.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow, wow.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Willis to throw.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield.
Trap 50, 79 Broncos. 19 tight, 19 tight. Buffalo 18. 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Throwing, Willis.
He's going to let it fly.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Here's Willis.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. One final shot now. I'm not even sure he can get it to the end zone, though, from this distance.
That's going to take as much arm as he has, and you actually have to plan for the contingency. Maybe you're playing a tip. Try and get someone down who can tip it up and keep it for your own team and try and get to the end zone that way.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
One final try for Willis.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Houston, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.